Yo, yo. I'm trying to get something off my chest. I'm trying to talk about some stuff. I've got like a few little things that's driving me real off the wall and crazy. I guess I'll just go into it. Alright. I'm gonna wait for a couple people to get in here, I guess. I'll wait for one person to get in here. And if you want to hear what I have to talk about, I would love that. So, I want to talk about like two or maybe three different kind of situations that which I'm struggling with. Struggling.
Power off.
So, I'm just gonna wait for someone to get in here. I don't want to talk to myself. Whoa. I'll talk to myself. Okay. Hello. Hi. I don't really know about how the live thing necessarily works. I don't know if live chat. Okay. I guess I'll just go into it. What's on my mind? All right. So I'm not used to doing this on the iPad, and so I have to look over here so I can look into the eyes. All right. Okay. I'm not trying to tell my life story, but I need to give some kind of details, right? So I've never lived somewhere longer than 7 years in my life, except for the place I was born and where I am now. Other than that, every year or two, I've always moved. So I'm 46 years old, and the reason that I've been in the place I am now for so long, like I mentioned, wasn't really by choice. I actually ran into some trouble here and ended up on paper for 5 years, which I did like a champ. And there was the silver cloud. It was good, whatever. I had a really great job. It was great for a while. And it's still good, I guess. Not I'm tired of it though. No, it's crazy. I conditioned my brain. I knew I had to stay here for 5 years. And I knew I had to be successful at it safely, and I did. Very much so. I also have a child, 16 years old, and I just got divorced after 16 years of marriage to a woman that was amazing while I was with her, while she was good. And it wasn't any kind of slow decline, kind of anything. It was just one day when I saw the light of the situation, I ended it. And whatever, whole nother thing. What I'm talking about now is even more petty. No, that's not petty. 16-year marriage ending is not petty, not at all. But so I've been working at this place for 7 years now. And 5 of it was basically forced, if you want to look at it like that. I mean, I was going to hold the same job all the way through. I wanted to make sure, I wanted that paper to end early, though it didn't, for no good reason at all, because I had 0 incidents at all, and for the entirety of the whole thing, they, even though they claimed the charges were drug charges, they never ever had a positive any kind of drug test for me, and there's a reason for that. Anyway, so working at that same place for a long time. In my life, I've worked at places where the whole rotation gets lost. Like, everybody quits, the kitchen quits, the servers quit, there's like a full flip and all new people. And I've sat through several of those in my life, like a champ, right? And it was stupid. Kind of, I guess. I guess it's like a coin flip at that point. Like, you can stick and be loyal and be there and see if it's recognized or appreciated, or you can dip with everybody else, because there's always something else. Always. But something I never experienced in my life really was like years of dedication to something like a job. All of the jobs that I've had, I've done well and left on good terms. I've never had ill stuff happen. I've never been fired from a job. But you have to think about how many jobs I've had. Because like I said, I'm 46 years old. I've always moved every year or two, and the only 2 places that I lived longer than that was where I was born for 7 years, and where I live now for about 7 years. So I have a hard time. It's always been tough for me because I look younger. This has always been an issue. People judge the book by its cover, and they think I'm young, and so it's been a lot of situations where people, and I sound young, and I mean, really, I act it like in my soul and my heart, like my light is like that. So, but people, it's like so plastic. I mean, when I grow my beard out, it's gray. My whole beard, right, is all gray. And I mean gray, not like a little bit of gray here. I'm saying it's crazy because there's barely any gray hairs in my head, and I don't dye my hair. I didn't cut my hair for 11 years, from when I was 9 years old to when I was 25. I didn't cut my hair. I had fat locks that were like natural, and I earned them and sported them safely and humbly within a cap, not for show. They were dreadlocks, not vanity locks, and I dealt with dread through having those. I did. I've been came out a lot, especially by law enforcement, though it wasn't always because of the hair, and it's not because of the hair, and it's still not because of the hair. But dark people that are after others, they don't like when people have light in their eyes. They don't. And it makes them feel all some type of way, for real. And it's scary, as a matter of fact. Like, to the point where, like, really wearing sunglasses or something, I became quite accustomed to, like, in public. When I grow a beard out, let's say I go to a gas station, like a truck stop, and I walk in there, and fools be like, growling at me, and kind of like just being disrespectful with their energy. Like, I go in that same truck stop a month later with a beard that's gray on, and fools are like, "Oh, yes sir, help me with the fucking door," and all cool to me. And when I had locks that I was growing for more than a decade, people were always cool to me, really cool to me. Like, "Oh, you want to see my top secret? Come on, check it out, bro. Easy." As soon as I shaved my head, like within that week, I experienced for the first time in my life ever fools asking me like if I was a cop, right, and like being skeptical of me and who I was and what was going on with me. And I got to point out that I dealt with a life that was kind of on the fringe. I don't now. Actually, I would say on the fringe is definitely not like the straight way to say it. I was definitely like underground and black market is how I lived my life when I was younger. Anyhow, I've always been really into people and always wanted to be in love. And I searched for love and got high on being around new girlfriends and new prospects of being wives possibly and just building long relationships with girls. But all my friends were always older. When I was 14 and 15, I was hanging with 20-year-old and college kids and even a fair amount of adults, right? They weren't always around me, but I mean, in my life, all my friends were older, and I kicked it with a lot of older people, and it was normal as hell. And I wasn't the only. That age gap was like it was normal to hang out with a person, to stop by your friend's house, some dude that you know, some artist that you know, or some freaking I don't know, dude. Like my life was full of stopping by people's houses and showing them love and kicking it and walking through town and meeting people like when I was younger and walking to school and back from school and going to the park and I was I was wild. Like I met tons of people and I really learned so much from all of them. And so I had a lot of girlfriends, and I say it like that because I learned things from all of them, and I still learn things from them to the day when I reflect and think about them and think about what we went through together. And I don't really talk to any of them necessarily, but like, I mean, I could. It's not because things went bad. It's just because it's just the way it is, or that I just lost touch with them, because for pretty much through the 90s, the mid 90s to 2000, I was always traveling. And I had girlfriends that I fell in love with and was ready to be with forever, that I was with for, 2 weeks or like a month or 3 months. And like, just, I don't know. I mean, I've looked up girls before that I used to date out of curiosity on Facebook and like seen some of them there and been grateful that they're like have families and stuff and it's cool. Like, I don't know, but so I started living a life like that, working on the streets and trying like building relationships with older people, and I was busy with it. That's all I'm saying. I was like locked in the town that I sprouted in, and I always have done really good where I've gone. Just finding new situations and new groups of people in that areas, and like, okay, my kid is 16. I work around and spend time with 17, 18-year-old. Does that work, right? 17, 18, 19, like 7. I mean, actually, really, like from 14 years old to like whatever, adults. And for 7 years, after living a long, busy life on the road, like all over this country and even a little bit out of it, And not just that, though. Like, well, either way. So, like I said, I noticed that, like, disrespect comes when people think that I look younger. And it's like lately, like, what's crazy is, like, these kids now, it's driving me crazy, dude. Like, not really, but, like, just fucking, I don't know, like, how to speak to them or whatever. But they say the stupidest shit, right? They think they're knowledgeable about that they may have heard like a blurb about, or seen a fucking meme or something, or heard something. And I'll even go into this more, like, not just kids these days. There's exceptions. There's tons of cool ass fucking kids and youngsters for sure. But then you have like kids from cities and like more busier areas of the country, and then you have like small town. And so a smaller, more sheltered town is gonna, you grow up there, you're gonna grow up a certain way and feel a certain way, and that's good. I'm actually grateful that I ended up here, raising my kid here, because it's a safe, sheltered place, basically. But at the same time, it's fake as fuck. There's no homeless people. There is not one street person walking on Main Street all night. Absolutely not. And if there was, they would pick them up and lock them up and then bust them out, like, or give them a ride out. They would, I don't know what they do. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, you'd be hard pressed and you wouldn't even find one single person to kick down some to-go food to if you were leaving a restaurant or whatever, so that's bizarre to me. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, it's always felt strange. You can drive an hour away if you want that. I'm cold, sorry. I know there's nobody listening to this right now, but if you listen to it later, I'm gonna get up and go get a t-shirt or sweatshirt or both. Right back. Here, have a dog. It's okay, Laura. Sorry. Okay. This table. Alright. Aww. Harlow Bean. Chicky. Oh, mama. Here. I'm trying to let these guys see you. But I don't have a tripod for the iPad. It's looking at the evening sky, girl. Here. There. Here. Okay. Now, you keep them entertained. I'll be right back. Here we go. Go, girl. I'll be right back. Here. Yes. Tell them don't go. Watch our thing. I still haven't even really gotten into what the whole freaking point of this. Maybe I should start over. I don't know. Nobody's came on here. That's weird. Like, no one came on my live in all that time. I wonder if I should start over and do it on my phone. Maybe I should. I'm gonna. Hey. To all of you nobody that's there, love you guys. Peace.